Welcome to Use Your Scraps for August 2026, where I'll turn this into this. This layout was inspired by one created by Sarah Devendorf, who posted hers in the Creative Memories Virtual Crop Facebook group on February the 8th, 2026. You can visit that group if you'd like to see her original. All right, here we go. Let's choose our papers. So I'm using some scraps that I had left over from the Party Time blue. I had very little left over. I just used some to make a border, and I thought maybe I'll use that border on this page as well. But I wanted to use up these scraps, and I'll probably add in some cardstock as well as we go once I kind of get an idea of how I want my page to look. But this is what I'm using. You won't need a lot of paper. So we're going to be punching out a lot of circles or cutting circles with our custom cutting templates. So you want to make sure you have some paper that's big enough to cut out. I think the biggest size I used was a 2-inch circle. So anything that has space for a 2-inch circle or smaller, you should be fine. All right, tools wise, I'm going to anything that's sort of circular. So I grabbed the Bloomin' Medallion. I also grabbed my circle punch. Of course, my custom cutting circles, the 2 smaller ones, and the blades, of course. I also found this really old CM punch. I feel like it was called Blossom, but I could be wrong. So that one kind of had the circular shape, so I grabbed that one. And I did also grab my old circle cutters, the small punches. Most of these, except for the very small, can be cut using the templates. So if you don't have these, don't worry about it. I just figured it might be a little easier to do some punching with those punches as opposed to using my templates for the entire thing, but completely doable that way. I also grabbed, see if I can find it here. Yes, I went through my stickers and embellishments and I found this really large one here, which is a little bigger than 2 inches, which is fine. So I'm going to see if I can incorporate that one in there. But anything you have like that, embellishments or die cuts, you can grab as well if it matches your paper. And you should be able to use those as well. 12-inch trimmer, of course. Grab that. You're going to want that. Your tape runner, for sure. And it might be helpful to have your multi-purpose tool, scissors, tweezers, those kind of things that you use all the time, close at hand. Okay, paper. So I'm going to start with pieces that I have that have the most space, the bigger pieces, which are these 3. And I'm going to do, cutting mat is something else you're going to need. Yes, cutting mat. So I'm going to cut some 2-inch circles first. So blades, where are you? Right here. So if you have this template, or maybe it comes with all the templates. So if you have the template, you should have this. Often gets overlooked in the packaging. So if this is brand new to you and you're opening it up, make sure you look for this piece of plastic inside. So the 2-inch circle is this, gets cut from this middle size template. So if you put your template on there, you'll see the red, green, and blue lines, both inside and out. The 2-inch one is the blue circle, so it's the blue on the inside of that template. So that's where I will start with blue. And based on kind of how I planned it out and kind of looked at it beforehand, I think I'm going to need about 3 of these 2-inch circles. So I think I'll do one from each of the papers so that I don't have the same pattern layered on my design. Okay, so I'm going to do one of this cupcake pattern. Okay. So that's that one. It's in the back. Yeah, I think the cupcake. And then I'm going to do this banner. And oh, that's cupcake as well. Oh, let's see. Can I fit two on here? I can. Let's maximize those scraps. Okay. That's three of that size. I also figured I needed one that is 2¼ which is the same template, but it's the green blade inside. So maybe I should have started with that one. And I also need a 2½. So let's see. So the red is the 2½ and the green is the 2¼ It's because these are different sizes. I think I may just go ahead and cut them both with this one because I know they won't be used on the same stack of circles. So I'll do a green and I'll do a red. And if I don't like how it looks on the end, I'll flip them over or I'll just cut some extras. Goodness, these. There we go. Okay. So I have a 2½, a 2¼ and I have three of these 2-inch ones. All right. So now we need to do, let's see, a 1¼ which is, let me have a look here. A 1¼ is actually this bunch. So let's see what I have that might be big enough to do the circle punch. I think this is too small. Yep. All right, it's going to have to be these. There's a lot of these being used, so I may end up having to do some cardstock, which I kind of want to do anyway. So 2 of these. Let's do another cupcake. I think some navy cardstock in here might work. 2 of those. And a 1½, we need 3. So 1½, your options for 1½ are to use the template. So the small circle this time. On the inside with the red. So you can do that for 1½. Or if you have this old punch, this one here is 1½. So that's what I'm going to use just because it's going to be a whole lot quicker. So that's what I'll do. And I'm pretty sure with this one, I'll be able to use some of this paper. Let's start here. Let's have a look. Perfect. Look at that. So take one of that size. What else do we have here? Oh, I like this one. Will this one fit? Yes. 2, and maybe the back. 3 of those. Try that and see how that goes. And 2¼ I'm looking at my notes here, 2 1/4. So again, 2 1/4 is this circle, or you can use the small circle, this one here, on the inside with the green blade. And that will also give you 1 1/4 inch circles. So again, I'm just going to use the punch because it's quicker and a little easier. So we need 4 of these. So let's see, what do we got here? Oh, I like that paper too, but I think it's a bit too small. We'll use that one after. So we need 4. I'm going to try and get 4 different patterns. So we have 1. That one was the cupcake. And let's try, oh, look at this. Try and use up these smaller scraps first. 2. And I may need to come back and cut some more later, which is fine. 3. And yeah, let's flip it over. CM has definitely come a long way with their punches compared to what they used to be, what they are now. Okay, 1 inch punch. So again, where's my template? For the 1 inch, you can do the small template and the inside with the blue inside. That'll give you 1 inch circles. Or if you have this older mini one, this is the 1 inch right here. And I'm going to punch out 3 of those, I think. Oh, I forgot about this one. Look at that. Let's try this one. One. Oh, I definitely want to use some of this. Will it fit? Just. 1, 2. And 3. 3 of the 1 inch. And then I'm also going to punch some of the 3/4 inch. So again, the problem with this one and the template guide, which, where did I put it? Here we go. This 1 inch is the smallest as it's going to go using these templates. So if you do want to do the 3/4 inch, you'll have to do this one. If you don't have it, I would suggest maybe looking through some of your other punches, see if they have anything that's that size. You could use a different size. If you have a Cricut, you could punch some out. Die cuts, those kind of things. Hole punches, maybe even you can go a little smaller. So just find what you have, and I'm sure there'll be something there that will work. And I'm going to punch 3 of these as well. That's 1. I think most people who've been scrapbooking for a very long time probably have these old circle punches. They have been around for a very long time. And 1 more. Let's see, what do we have? Oh, let's do this one again. Trying to do a variety here. Okay, we are getting there. Now, I'm also going to punch some of the medallions and some of these. I'm going to call it a blossom. I don't know if that's what it's called. That's what I'm going to call it. So for the blossoms, I'm going to punch 3. And this one had the option to punch it with the circles in it or punch it whole. And I think I'm just going to go with the whole one for this one. That's 1. What else do we have that might fit? That's 2. Let's see. Oh, we're running out of scraps. It's always good, right? Let's do the cupcake. 2, and do the other side of the cupcake. 3. Okay, and now for the blooming medallion. I'm hoping, let's see if this one will fit. Let's see if we can get one out of this paper. I got a feeling it's a little too small, but oh, look at that. perfect size. So that's one of those. I'm gonna try I think that one's too small. Cut off just a tiny bit, so I think I'll recut that one on bigger paper. What do we do? Blue. Okay, let's do this one. We can do the cupcake, or we can do that blue, and we'll do the banner. I do believe that I will end up punching some cardstock. It's maybe a little too many of the same colors, possibly. We shall see. Okay, I think I'm gonna just try and do some assembly here now and see where that goes. All right, tape runner, here we go. I'm gonna grab this mat, I think, maybe. Do my assembly and close these blades so I don't jab myself by mistake. Okay, let's see here. You still on the camera good? Yes. All right. So I'm going to start, let's see, with what do we have here? This is our 2.5, I think. 2 1/4 and 2 inch. I'm going to start with a 2 inch. Let me start with that, a 2 inch. And then a 1.5, which is this one. So maybe I will start with a cupcake, something with a bit of contrast. Maybe. Oh, I think I have the wrong size. That's a 2. Should have labeled them. 2.5, 2 1/4. That's a 2. I think this is a 1 3/4, and this is a 1.5. There we go. Okay, so this one we're going to start with a 2. Then we'll go down to a 1.5. Let's see. Clear white one. That's kind of nice. Or a solid. Choices. We have so many choices. Cupcakes. Or the light one. Let's see. It's too light. All right, we're going to stick with this one. So a 2.5, sorry, a 2 inch and a 1.5, and then we're going to come down to a 1 inch. So that's this lot here. So let's go with, what about the cupcake? Nope. So this is why I think I'm going to need cardstock. They're going to be too similar in colors. There we go, like so. So that's a possibility for the first one. I'm just going to put it here. Second one, I'm going to go with that 2.5. And then 2 1/4, which I have the exact same paper. So let's see, 2 1/4. And then we're going to go, maybe we'll go with one of these blossoms. What do we got here? Cupcakes. Something more solid, I think. Like so, perhaps. Let's see where we end up. I think I'm going to add some more to that one. It's a little bit too plain. So let's add in what? The white, maybe, and One and a quarter. What one don't we have? We've got that one. Maybe this one. Oh, maybe that one. So yeah, I think I definitely need to get some cardstock in here to really balance these out. All right, let's do a 2-inch, a 1 and a, let's see, 1 and a quarter maybe, and then a small one. Kind of like that. Let's do the last of the 2 inches and a 1.75. What do we got? I think it's too similar, so let's flip that one. There we go. That's better. And how about we haven't used a medallion yet. Let's use a medallion. A medallion. Okay, what's next? Let's go with let's start with one of these maybe. A blossom and our 1.5 and our 1 1/4. Like so. I think I like that. Let's try it again. A blossom and maybe the 1 inch and the 3/4 inch. I need something more, definitely. All right, 1 1/4 and one. And let's see, where can we fit some of that? I think that needs something extra there, that blossom. Let's see. Let's play a bit here. Let's play a bit here. How about if I put that up there like that? I like that better. So yeah, just play around with what you have and see what works. I wonder if 2 of these will go okay. Perhaps they will. All right, I'm actually going to grab some cardstock as well now. Oh, I also have this embellishment, which I found, which I think, oh, that's too big. Which I think you can see the difference that the solid cardstock is going to make with that. So yeah, I'm definitely going to do some of that. And that sticker, let's see, maybe we can fix, where do we think this one might go nicely? Or is it the color not going to work? Maybe the color won't work. I don't know. I'll put it there in the back of my mind to think about. All right, let's see. Cardstock. I think could use some navy. And one thing I'm sure I have plenty of is navy scraps. Oh yes, lots of navy scraps. Look at this. It's probably one of the papers that I use the most is navy. So let's try a navy medallion here. Maybe add that in place of this up here. There we go. That one seems too close in size. Why is that? Maybe needs something more behind it. Oh, that was my paper. There we go. Oh yeah, it definitely makes such a difference. What do you think? What do you think? I definitely like some of this better. Let's see what we got here. Okay, what else would we punch? I think we need a small circle. I do like that. And I think we need blossom. We need the contrast here for sure. Take that one out. Hmm. Hmm. There we go. I like that better. A little bit of a birthday thing in there as well. See, too small. Okay, so far so good. I think I like what we've got done here. So yeah, punch a bunch and just kind of play around with it. See what you like, and then once you're happy with what you have, we'll just stick it all together there. Okay, so I'm gonna just start adhering. So you can do the same with yours. And then when you have them all, you're happy with them, and you have them all like you like them, we'll adhere them to the page. Okay, so here's what I decided on in terms of layers. I did punch a couple of extra pieces just to make them a little more, uh, give them a little more depth, I think. So yeah, that's what I decided with. And the uh, a sticker, I decided to pop it onto the back of this one. You don't see a whole lot of it, but I think it picks up the browns kind of nice, which I was happy with. So I'm going to grab my background paper here now. Let me grab that here. We'll have a couple of photos here. And here are my photos. So my intent had been to just kind of layer them like this and possibly add my cake border to the bottom. Cupcake border I made for Borderland on August the 6th, I believe it was. So it's very simple. I didn't make it here. It was something I did earlier, so I just thought maybe I would try and incorporate this all. Potentially it may go there, maybe not. I'm not 100% sure. at the moment. All right, but okay, so if I lay them like that, don't you guys can see that okay? Yep. Okay. So my thought was that I would probably put one down here, maybe tuck one in over here. Oh, the one with that embellishment maybe down here. Let's see. Let's put that big one where we actually sticker. So I'm going to wait to the very end to pop that one in there. Now let's do this one. Papers are a little different. I think I pop that one up there. I think I'd like to have one more actually. Put that one there, that one there, and I put my big sticker here. And I want one more for down here, maybe a smaller one. What do we have? Let's see. Punches, where are you? I think I'm just gonna do maybe 2 or 3 very small. I think I'll do 1/4 of an inch. Let's see, where's my cardstock? So let's do one of the 1 1/4s. Do the 1 inch in this lighter color, I think. And then maybe the 3/4 and the other side of that same paper. There we go. Oh yeah, I definitely like that better. Okay, let me just attach those now. And there's still plenty of room for my border if I want to use it. I may even kind of cut that one off over the edge there. Kind of like that idea. That's a little squish. And then I'll pop this one maybe right here. What do you think of that? Like so. I think I like that very much. All right. And lots of room then for the border as well. So you may notice I used the circle chain BMC and I punched out all these lovely little orange centerpieces and I did hold on to them because I thought maybe I could act kind of like a little bit of confetti on this page. I know it'll take a little bit of time to attach it, but I thought it might just bring up that orange from the bottom, which I do kind of like. Just got to decide how much is too much, how much is not enough. There we go. I think that's quite fun, actually. There we go. All right, so I'm going to attach all that down. I'll trim that one down a little bit, and then that page is done, which was quite nice actually to use up so many punches, so many punch shapes from that paper. So there you go. If you make it, I would love to see it. Be sure to post it in the comments or post it on my page on Facebook. All right. that's it for this month. I hope I will see you again for the next Use Your Scraps.